Very good morning to everyone. Welcome back to the botany class. Dear student, today through this video, unit number 1, diversity of living world, in which chapter 1, living world, we are going to continue reproduction and response to stimuli. In this video session, we are going to look after reproduction and response to stimuli. Let us continue. Dear students, reproduction, what it does mean? Reproduction is the process by which living organisms producing their own kinds. Reproduction is one of the fundamental characteristic feature of living organisms. It's a tendency of a living organism to perpetuate its own species. In living organism, there are two types of reproduction are seen, namely asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Observe this picture. You can see some organisms which are reproducing through by asexual method. In asexual reproduction, where the organisms produce the progenies possessing more or less similar characters to their parents. Asexual reproduction refers to the production of progenies which possessing the features which is more or less similar to their parents. There are some methods of types of asexual reproduction given. The types of asexual reproduction, first one, gonidia formation, which you can see in Penicillium and Aspergillus, both are fungi. Yeast and Hydra, which are reproducing by buds. Binary fission is a method of asexual reproduction seen in bacteria and amoeba. Fragmentation, which is seen in Spirogyra, which you can see the Spirogyra right side, second row. And Protonema, which is a type of asexual reproduction seen in mosses, a group of bryophytes, and regeneration, which is seen in planaria. Exceptions are the sterile worker bees and mules. But sexual reproduction is different. In sexual reproduction, it brings out the variation through recombination. Let us continue response to the stimuli. We are seeing the asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Response to stimuli. All organisms are capable of sensing their environment and respond to various physical, chemical and biological stimuli. Animals sense their surroundings by these sense is called consciousness. Plants are also respond to the stimuli. Example, bending of plants towards the sunlight, the closure of leaves in touch me not plant to touch, or some of the examples which we can give for response to stimuli in plants. This type of response is called irritability. This type of response is called as irritability. Next, which we continue, homeostasis. What does mean homeostasis? Property of self-regulation and a tendency to maintain a steady state within an external environment which is liable to change is called as homeostasis. I'm repeating, property of self-regulation and a tendency to maintain a steady state within an external environment which is liable to change is called homeostasis. Dear students, homeostasis is essential for the living organism to maintain internal condition to survive in the environment. The most important characteristic feature of the living organism is next to that metabolism. The sum of all chemical reaction that taking place in the living organism is called metabolism. It is broadly divided into anabolism and catabolism. So what is metabolism, children? The sum of all chemical reactions which are taking place in a living cell or in a cell of a living organism is called metabolism. It is broadly divided into anabolism and catabolism. It's very easy to recognize the differences between anabolism and catabolism. How will you differentiate? See the table. The differences between the anabolism and the catabolism was given. Anabolism, it's a building up process, children. Keep remember, anabolism is building up process. In anabolism, smaller molecules are combined together to form larger molecule. For example, synthesis of proteins from amino acids. Dear students, amino acids are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Many amino acids are grouped together and form proteins. So basically proteins are generally made up of amino acids. So many amino acids are grouped to form proteins. During anabolism, chemical energy is formed and stored. Whereas in catabolism, it's a breaking down process. It does means larger molecules are break down into smaller units. Larger molecules such as carbohydrates, proteins, lipids are the best example. During catabolism, larger molecules are break into smaller units. So the stored chemical energy, that means the chemical energy which is stored in those substances or molecules are released and used. Example, breaking down of glucose. During respiration in living organism, glucose is break down into carbon dioxide and water. While break down the glucose molecule into carbon dioxide water, the energy stored in the glucose is released. The energy stored in the glucose is released. So you can understand now the differences between anabolism and catabolism. What's meant by metabolism? Movement, nutrition, respiration, and excretion are also considered to the property of living organisms. The levels of organization in living organism begins with atoms and end in biosphere. Each level cannot exist in isolation. Instead, they form levels of integration, which you can see. In this levels of organization, if we observe the basic behind the formation of living organisms start from atoms. Atoms are combined to form molecules and compounds. The molecules may be colloids, crystals, or mixture of anything. Non-living thing in which it can be seen. But if it is a living thing, the molecules and compounds forms organelles. Group of organelles. Organelles here we can give example ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, chloroplast, mitochondria, lysosome, and many. So organelles are grouped to form living cells. Living cells are grouped to form tissues. Tissues grouped to form tissue system, and finally it leads to the formation of organs. Many organs they arrange together form organ system. Organ system finally it forms an individual organism. Individual organisms when they are grouped together it forms population. A group of organism or population leads to community. Community of many organisms leads to form ecosystem. Ecosystem leads to a biosphere. Dear students, I hope that you may understand very clearly about what is meant by reproduction and types of reproduction which is seen in living organism, response to the stimuli, homeostasis, and also we discuss in this class about metabolism and the levels of organization and integration in living organism. Dear students, one another class I will meet you once again. Thank you.